amazing Facebook and YouTube is letting all of you know, and Google's doing its job in the algorithm, letting you know that I'm going live. If this is your first time here, my name is Gabriel Stockton, and this is Watercolor Wednesday. Today, specifically, excuse me, I'm doing a tribute to my sister who is no longer with us. My sister Nora, my older sister who was amazing, who basically danced to her own amazing beat in this world. She was very passionate. She did so many things for other people than herself, and through that kindness really taught me a lot about how I could be a better person to others. But without any further ado, because I am still a little emotional, this happened about 2 Saturdays ago. And if you're watching this on the replay 5-10 years later, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But let's go and take a look at the drawing on this watercolor paper that I have prepared just for you. We're going to flip the camera around. Boop, boop, boop. And here we are. We are in my studio in Spanish Village Art Center. That's right, I am open to the public. Hey, Doc Day is here. Hello. Sorry to hear the news. I appreciate you being here, Doc, and celebrating my sister and doing this watercolor. This is the photo. My sister really liked this photo. She was a really good photographer. She did not take this picture. I'm not sure who took the picture. If they're only watching now, and if you know who took this picture, let me know. I would love to give credit to that person. But here we are. We have, when you're doing a tribute piece, obviously you want it to look like the individual. And we have another comment here. Hey, Gabriel, love this photo. Happy to watch this tribute. Thank you so much for being here. I apologize, I did not see who the message was from. Please comment later so I can give you credit for... Anyhow, there's Nora. She's on her bike. And let's get started. I have my palette. I'll be using my normal palette. Some of you are very familiar with what I use. I use Daniel Smith paints. I'm going to use this Escoda Squirrel Mop brush along with this Perla and a couple other Perlas, a 12, a 14, and this Solo liner. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. I may share a few stories about my sister. I hope you don't mind, just because you know, she's on my heart and she was amazing. My sister, she really looked out for other people, and she was very passionate about people that were underdogs that needed they needed to be loved on. And I think all of us, right? Maybe a good way to find out about someone's love. You ever heard of the 5 love languages? Hey, thanks for visiting from the UK. In the 5 love languages, there's this thing where we tend to love people the way we want to be loved. And I'm pretty sure my sister also really appreciated being loved on by others. Sorry, you cannot see my palette. Let's see if we can get it in there. Let's try it. I am in my studio at Balboa Park. This is a little different setup than my studio at the house. So here we are. We're gonna see how this goes. Meaning I hope this battery lasts today. And it's been a rough couple of weeks when you lose somebody that really has done so much for your family. My sister, Nora, was one of the first girls to be born in our family. I have another sister named Donna, who continually she, praise the Lord, she's in remission of cancer, and she's doing well so far, from what I understand with that. And so Nora had two older brothers who she loved dearly. I did not get to meet one of my older brothers because he passed away very quickly. And so that can be devastating, right? Losing an older brother at an early age. And his name was Albert. It's just a little bit about my history of my family. My mother was married a couple of times, and my father was married a couple of times. My mother was married to her first husband, which makes Nora, my sister, a half sibling because she had a different father. So yes, it kind of feels a little weird when you have half siblings, right? But Nora made sure that I felt like I belonged. I remember my sister, we went to Fort Bragg. That was one of her places always to go to. I remember being this little kid, and my sister kept this little, kind of like this, this little kind of plastic bag that had a wet paper towel. So anytime that my hands got dirty or something, my sister made sure my hands got clean right away, which is kind of funny from a family that is raised around livestock and animals, So it was pretty common to get some cow manure on your clothing or whatnot. And so Nora would make sure that I was, taken care of. She played the role of a big sister, which was pretty awesome. Throughout the years, my sister ended up having a son, Roderick, which he's still with us. He's amazing, and we were really close in age. So Nora just passed away at age 60, so she's about 12 years difference than me. And yes, passing away at age 60 is way too young. I agree. And, I have a little nephew. So I was an uncle right away. I became Uncle Gabe at, I think, age 6. Actually, a little bit earlier, but I really didn't catch on that I was Uncle Gabriel until like later. Nora also had some other amazing kids who I love and adore, which is Heather and Rebecca. And it's just wonderful. We've always been the family of no news is good news. So we really don't stay like super savvy on top of everybody's business. But we definitely would just kind of stay connected so that everybody was kind of just aware with what was going on with family. And so it's been interesting just throughout the years of just staying connected with family, and it's been it was a little tough. We just barely lost grandma about a month and 1 week. I'm very grateful to my cousin Wendy, who has kept me in the loop on all this. And so it's been an interesting year with just barely losing grandma, and now we just lost Nora at a very young age of 60. And I personally think 60 is a young age. I definitely plan on staying alive a lot longer than 60 to encourage this world to keep painting and to keep this world, hopefully, inspired to somehow make beautiful things. So that's why we're doing this today. We're painting this scene. This is Nora on her motorcycle, cruising down the road. This was something that she enjoyed. And if you haven't rode on a motorcycle, I grew up on trail bikes to go fishing. And I grew up, around hot rods and classic cars. And I was pretty much the city slicker in the family, so to speak. And now, with just my other sister being around and my other brother passed away, it's a little tough. I hope something changes and staying connected with nieces and nephews now. We'll see. It all just depends on everybody kind of just keeping some communication open without drama, right? So a little bit about this painting, this picture. My sister, Nora, was this amazing photographer. Nora won lots of awards, specifically with the Yuba City or maybe it was Marysville. Fair, the good old fairgrounds. So she would win awards for her photography, which was pretty cool. My sister was a big advocate on just, you know, one of her favorite words to say was bitchin'. That's so bitchin'. It's so cool. And she would look at stuff, you know, be like, isn't that bitchin'? Isn't that cool? And she would see some things that most of us would just drive by, right? And in our car or just walk by daily. I learned that as an artist. I would listen to my sister. Well, not even an artist at the time, but as a kid, I would hear my sister say, look at that sunset. Or check out that, dude. Look at this cool photograph I took. And that really propelled me to look at this world a little bit different than the other circles that my mother would kind of like have us in, meaning religion and whatnot. Anyhow, long story short, Nora would just encourage us. If she saw me doing art or painting, you know, she really didn't talk to me about ever painting but she liked photography. And I thought that was cool. But back then, you know, cameras were expensive, yo. And so I couldn't really like fathom like buying cameras. That was just, you know, my mother was a single parent, and, you know, it was a lot inexpensive to have paint and brushes and pencils as opposed to, you know, trying to buy a camera. And so, but yeah, Nora would have these cool different cameras and taking these cool photos of sunsets, especially Northern California. Oh my gosh, you can see some beautiful, beautiful things. There is this little house right here. I mean, I don't know whose house it is, but, you know, we can kind of put something in there that says this is a house. But I'm really not paying homage or whatever to this house. But, you know, there's just got to be something that her on this motorcycle, they're going whizzing by. So we got a sense of some kind of background, right? Let's go ahead and swap over to this brush. For some of you that are new to my channel, and you didn't know I was doing this tribute to my sister, the picture is blurry on my computer. It's not blurry for me. I apologize if it's blurry for you. It may be blurry based on the bandwidth. But I'm just gonna keep rocking and rolling. If it doesn't work out, I'm not gonna trip. I'm just gonna keep painting. If it's meant to be that you're to see this, great. If not, it's all good. But thanks for letting me know. With love and respect. I'm not really teaching anybody right now today. Today, this is a tribute. I really don't want to be on here, but to be honest, I have to keep on. Not blurry for me, Linda says. Linda Crawford, thank you so much. You know, I'm painting this for my sister, and hopefully it turns out. Sometimes when there's chaos and sadness and sorrow, things turn out really well for paintings for me. I've learned in the midst of tragedy and whatnot. But really, I'm just doing this to just be straight up with y'all. Some of you deserve to definitely see what it looks like to be an artist in the midst of, you know, I'm just being real. My sister and I, we didn't see on everything. We didn't agree on everything. I think a lot of siblings are maybe that way, right? And you might have a sibling that y'all don't agree on everything. And just know that you can continue to love on them no matter what. Okay? We don't know how long we all have. I don't think I want to know how long I have. I hope I'm going to be here quite a bit for y'all to inspire everyone. You know, another fun story about Nora, she came over and visited me when I was in Utah. We were out there fishing. We were up in Park City, and it was hilarious. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna start cracking up. Nora was reeling in this fish. We were in this nice little ravine next to a big lake up towards Colville, Park City, Colville kind of area, Deer Valley. And oh my gosh, up comes this. She had this fish, right? She's reeling in this fish. Out of nowhere, this like weasel or something like animal came up, and he decided in his head, it was a weasel, and he decided that was his fish that she just caught. Oh my gosh, he went after her, and she straight up dropped that fishing pole, and we booked it out of there. Because he was not coming after the fish, he was coming after us. He figured if he'd come after us, we would drop the fishing line. Sure enough, of course we did. We dropped the fishing line, we booked it up out of there, and that turkey grabbed this really big, good, it had to have been like at least 14-inch. And we had never had that experience together. And when you have a sibling reeling in a cool fish, and you got some animal going, hey, I'm taking this. It was quite funny. We laughed about it. There was a few other times we had gone fishing together in California. But one of the things that we really enjoyed as a family was we would pick some raspberries. We would pick some blackberries. Northern California has these like ravines, or they're kind of like these man-made things of water, and then the raspberries or blackberries would grow really well. And actually, not too far from the Kibbe Ranch, my sister's father's name, Kibbe, we would all go down there and pick some good old fresh fruit. My mother worked a cannery for a little bit, and we really did appreciate some good old fresh fruit. And I mean, I just said cannery. I don't even think people even think about canned anything anymore. We just get stuff at the grocery store. Nobody says, hey, can I get a recipe on how to can that? But our family did. Our family would can different things like peaches, and we also canned, what did we can? Olives. Yeah, we had lots of olive trees in Northern California. Anywho, let's go ahead and I'm gonna start painting my sister on this bike. And she's got this cool bandana. And let's go. I just like that bandana already. And I'm gonna get this out of the way. But I'm gonna hop and skip around. Because yes, I have some favorite parts of this wonderful painting. Of course, like, look at this luggage. She's got this cool backpack. It's for going on the road. If you have a sibling that likes to do this sort of thing, let me know in the comments. Do you have a sibling that likes to go out on the road and drive a motorcycle? I'm putting in this nice little gray here. I'm gonna come back and do some of those nice darks right up on there. And you know, my sister was a cowgirl, country girl, and I wore Levi's though. I liked wearing Levi's. I was a city slicker, and that was just fine with me. They all knew how to change their oil. I think we all knew how to change our oil and our tires because we were poor. When you're a poor kid, you learn how to do stuff. And I'm very blessed now. You know, technology kind of changes us, right? Now we have no problem going and getting our oil changed and going somewhere to get our tires rotated. In the past, I would just have my sisters and I go and change tires and rotate them. All right, we've got Naomi here, and it says, when my dad and mom were alive, when my dad and mom were alive, they traveled on bikes. They went all over the United States, and they pulled a small pop-up behind them. Well, that's cute. Thank you so much for sharing that, Naomi. There for a minute, I thought I was just talking to myself. So I appreciate you sharing too. Um, I'm very happy to have you here with me, Naomi. You know, some of you have continued to encourage me along my watercolor journey, and you have all also become my little watercolor family, and I've been very grateful for you all. And I'm just grateful to be painting this for you today, and just let you into a little bit of Gabriel Stockton's life. And I don't mean to talk in third person to make myself sound like anything better, other than if it wasn't for my sister Nora, you wouldn't have the person you have today, because she was a big encourager for what I was doing with my life. Well, we've got this nice big part of the motorcycle, and there's little bits and pieces in here, and I'm looking at the photo, and I'm really just breaking up some of the stuff. Like, what we want in this dedication painting is something that is definitely unique, and that says Nora Kibbe. Doesn't say Gabriel Stockton. So this may or may not look like a typical Gabriel Stockton painting. It's not about me right now. It's about the current moment and my current emotions. And yeah, I'll be honest, I'm hoping for some healing in this painting. I'm hoping to move on from my sister's passing. You know, I hope all of you know I do know Jesus. That's just me. It might be different for you, and I respect that. My sister was a big advocate that I would know the pure Jesus, that I didn't know. I was raised around religion. My mother, Connie, and she lost her first son and became Mormon. The Mormons came around and they encouraged my mother to be Mormon. And Nora really wasn't buying into that. She just wanted the pure Jesus. She just wanted to know God, and she constantly was encouraging me to find out more about a love that was very sacrificial. Not sacrificial. What's the word I'm looking for? Even a person that is New Age, they will say the highest form of love comes from Jesus. Highest form of energy or whatever. And I typically don't share this faith on this channel. You just caught me at a time that I feel it's appropriate. If not, you can hit stop and find something else to, watch. But maybe you do need to hear about it. Maybe you do need to hear about something that's loving and encouraging. And my God is very encouraging. I wouldn't have what I have today if it wasn't for Nora on her knees praying for me. Was my sister perfect? No, and neither am I. And I think that's where God does his awesome work. All right, so moving along with this watercolor, it's really encouraging for me to paint this because this was one of Nora's favorite pictures and also favorite motorcycles. She liked this photo. I remember her giving me this photo when I visit her. She's like, check out this cool picture. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. I've seen this photo so many times that I told myself, this is the picture I've got to paint for my sister in her remembrance because, well, it was one of her favorite photos. Could care less if it's mine. My sister put something on her Facebook that really kind of shook up, and I'll be honest, it made me cry a little. And we all want to be remembered, right? And it kind of, not too long ago, she said on her Facebook, it would be really sad to be forgotten. And I'm sure you've lost someone. How long before it was that you forgot about them? And I don't mean that in a negative way, but man, I just lost my mother not too long ago. I've lost my father quite some time ago. And every now and then there's a song that might come on and remind you of that individual. And do you take some time and let that resonate in your heart, or do you just change the channel? And there might be something there, maybe forgiveness, maybe there's some kind of thing of something that needs to heal in your heart. I would just encourage you that we would take the advice of Nora and try to continue to remember those that came before us and that might have left. That was her heart not too long ago. I'm not going to mention who it was, but there was someone recently made a post. Me and my cousin talked about it the other day, but this individual really did not pay tribute to another individual that passed, and it kind of hurt our hearts. It kind of made us really sad that I hope they don't do that same thing where they just cut and paste someone else's post and say, oh, this person died. I hope they take time and say something. What did that person do in your life? If you haven't done that yet, I don't think it's too late. You can take some time and you can pay tribute to someone. I guarantee you, I think it will help you more than it's helping someone that's already passed. There might be some blockage. I'm trying to mix that blue for the pants. You know, paying tribute to someone, it could be tough. It could really be tough. I don't have tons of words of wisdom for you, but if you have lost someone and you have not spent some time to grieve, you might want to do that. And if you gotta go because I'm touching on a nerve, dude, I totally get it. I've been there, done it, bought the shirt. You know, I'm gonna leave some nice light here hitting the pants, but we've got this Kingsman blue that I think will do a little bit of justice right here. I'm very grateful for Daniel Smith coming alongside me, and also Cheap Joe's. If it wasn't for those guys, I would not have this paper. This is the Kilimanjaro paper. And I wouldn't have the Cheap Joe's paint to do this tribute for my sister. So I'm very grateful for those guys encouraging my behavior so I can continue to paint. I'm very grateful that I'm even still alive so I could do this for my sister. Look at that. It's really coming along, isn't it? It's coming along not because I'm cool or blah, blah, blah. It's coming along because this is the right thing to do right now. In my season, I'm very, very grateful that Nora taught me this. Nora taught me how to let God do some things. Oh, someone said something. I missed it. I'm so sorry. I'll have to go back and look at the comment. The camera's a little higher than my viewpoint. I apologize if I missed your comment. Here, I'm not getting super crazy up on this painting. I'm still doing Gabriel Stockton kind of style of painting here, where, you know, meaning when I say that, I'm not trying to be annoying. I'm trying to say, hey, I'm painting this painting in a way that it's gonna come across that's still mine, but I'm gonna allow some beautiful things to happen. And I never found out what the story was with this tie-dyed shirt. I'm sure Heather, she knows the story. Maybe even my second niece knows the story about this. I can go darker now on these bags back here. Look at this. Dude, some nice little dark stuff back here. Boom. And look at this goodness. Like that. We need that nice volume. This comes a little darker here. Boom. Look at that. Well, I really appreciate you folks being here, helping me through this process, and this dedication to my sister. I have done these paintings for other people. I won't say his last name, but his first name, Mark. Mark asked me to do a painting, a tribute to his father, not too long ago, and it was actually a motorcycle piece. So, if you're here, Mark, hello. I'm not going to say if you are or not, but Mark, you know who I'm talking to. You know, I'm very honored to do some tribute paintings for people that, you know, they're like, yes, I'm an artist too, but Gabriel might do a little more justice on the painting than myself. And you've got to just say, you know, is that helpful? Well, the feedback we found out later was Mark told me, hey, Gabriel, my whole entire family loved the painting and continues to love the painting that you did of my father on his motorcycle. And it has actually brought that family so much healing. So I will be making prints of this. And I know you don't know my sister, but there are some of you that are watching that do know my sister, or maybe watching this later. Thank you. I was just going to thank you in the future tense that you've bought this. And the proceeds are going towards family things, however they need to take care of business. I'm just honored to be painting today in tribute of Nora. One other cool story about my sister. I have so many. It's all like which ones are appropriate ones, which ones are not. I remember one time my sister took me to her church, and it was great. They were like, wait, you're Mormon? Do you even know who Jesus is? And her church was like a Pentecostal church. They were like hardcore, dude. They were standing up in their seats, had their arms raised out to their Jesus, and they were like going off. Oh, we got something here. We have, says, when my brother passed away, the funeral home made a remembrance cards, and we got a whole bunch. And I keep one in my car and on a bulletin board, and I stop to think of him often. Oh, that's wonderful, Lynette. Or Linda, thank you for sharing that. So, yeah, I hope this encourages others to continue to remember Nora. That's why I'm doing a video. And I hope that this inspires even future. Because I have a niece and her kiddos, and I'm sure they'll have kiddos, and they didn't get to meet Nora. And I also have kids myself, and I was very grateful that Rouge, my youngest, was visiting, and she was here while her daddy, myself, was very sad to lose my sister. So yes, Rouge got to hold me and love on me during this time. And thank you, Rouge, if you're watching. I appreciate you were with Dad when we got the news. So we're finishing up with the motorcycle here, and we're going to go ahead and get on the skin tones. And so I like to use Pyro Orange. with some of that green. Did you see that green that was right there? And I'm just going to use a little bit of gouache to lighten it up, because their skin has kind of like a bronze, you know, Cali color. And that was just my sister. She was an outdoors girl. You know, these kids growing up, they knew how to change a tire, especially on a tractor. So Nora actually taught me how to drive on a tractor. How funny is that? There was a tractor that her father, Albert Kibbe, the kids' dad, not my dad, but he had this old tractor, and they had me get on this tractor, and you had to, it wasn't an automatic. 1 foot on the brake and 1 foot on the clutch. And I tell you what, if you did not get that clutch all the way in, this tractor, oh my goodness, it started to buck like a good old rodeo. And I'll tell you what, that was so much fun. I will never forget the summer that my sister decided, we're gonna throw you on this tractor so you could learn how to drive. I was young. I was really young. I was probably 13. California, you don't get a permit until you're, maybe 15. But when you're a farm kid, like everybody else was in my family, you had to get on a tractor and take that tractor where there was work being done. And they needed my help one summer. I couldn't be the cute little brother doing art. They needed my help. And so I had to learn how to drive. And it was quite fun. I remember laughing in nervousness. Have you ever had that nervous laugh where you're like, am I gonna die? Am I gonna be okay? And I'll tell you what, you either had to learn what was going on, or you had to just, you had to put your, the country kids say you gotta put your big pants on. And the girls would all say to each other, hey, put your big girl panties on. And every now and then the girls would say that to their little brother. That was me. Put your big panties on. Let's go. Boy, I'm just letting you in on a whole bunch of family secrets. And that's okay. So she's got this cool bandana on, and she's riding down the road. This was a photo. It was taken quite some time ago. And in the photo, her piggy tails are down. I thought I wanted to see the piggy tails up in the air. This is my version of remembrance of Nora. And if you don't like it, I could care less. This is my picture. You gotta paint some stuff. You know, some of the good old artists that are out there, they'll tell you, I paint for myself. And there's some times I don't get to paint for myself, but I sure am today. And I'm gonna paint this darn well. Happy with the way it's gonna turn out. So she's got some cowgirl jeans on here, and she's got a cowgirl belt on, and I wish I knew what the story was with the tie-dyed shirt, but she's wearing this tie-dyed shirt. That's what we're working on right now. There is a little bit of dark just right here. My sister worked hard. She knew how to bale hay, and so my sister, she was strong. And here we go. Coming along. How we doing on time? Oh, it's almost an hour. Hey, I really appreciate you hopping on here. Thank you for being here with me during this time in my journey. If you've lost a loved one, my sympathies to you. My condolences to you as well. Thank you for being here. And if you're watching this on the replay, I appreciate your time. Now, there are some wonderful areas of white on here, but before I go there, I know there's a tail light. Let's put that tail light right here. Boom. There it is. Look at that. And just a little bit of silver right there. All right, and now we're gonna take some wonderful things of white wash and start putting in some highlights. These highlights are gonna help this painting kind of come to life, right? There's little dots. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's take care of that. So some Kingsman wants to get in here on my painting. Which is funny because I was going to make this darker. And yeah, check it out. There we go. How cool is that? Kingsman Blue wanted to be in the painting. And it's there. Alright, so we're putting some details of white down. There's Nora on her bike. I'm done with all these brushes except for this last liner. And I've got some gouache. And look at this. We've got some lovely little areas of light on little bits and pieces. This is like just little things here, glimpses of light. We've got the glass, right? The windshield or whatever. This is coming here. There's this little guy here. These little bits and pieces there. These are just nice little reflections. And Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. It's coming along. Hey, thank you again. I appreciate you all hopping on here today. We've got some really cool stuff lined up. I'm not really going to go into those. But thank you for everybody that signed up for the upcoming workshop. I'm teaching with Cheap Joe's. We hit our amount that we wanted. At least I hit my amount that I wanted, and that's all that matters, right? And we got some other things coming up in the future, but really today's not about me promoting myself. If you haven't, though, hopped on to signing up for the newsletter, you can go to Gabriel Stockton flineart.com and sign up for my newsletter, where I keep you up to date. We are back to using MailChimp. That gets out all my emails, and that way you guys aren't getting any weird spam. And man, not too much on here. Shoot. Cool. Let's pull back some tape. See what we got here. We are at 62 minutes. Oh, yeah. This is lovely. So I'll be taking a picture of this. The prints will be available next week. 20 bucks. 20 bucks. You can get one of these cool prints. And for those of you that want to support, good for you. That'd be really appreciated. And if this doesn't resonate for you and you want to appreciate and come alongside the family at this time, you can also just donate. I'm not offering any other services other than this tribute to my sister. Pretty cool. Super cool. I am really happy with this. I probably have a couple other little tight details, which I just need this camera out of my way. But yeah, here we go. We've got some really cool stuff here. I'll probably just put nice little detail just right here on the boot. My sister liked these lace-up boots. They're just practical, you know? You want a good boot, a good shoe, and we need a little dark. Well, thank you. I appreciate you all stopping by for this. And for those of you who are catching this on the replay, I hope this spoke to you in some way or another. If you knew my sister, thank you so much for being her friend. If you were a friend, then you must have did something pretty cool, because she didn't just make anybody her buddies. She had people that were loyal and trustworthy, and boy, don't we all want that, right? Well, thank you again. I just have a couple of last details that I'm gonna do on this. I will post a finished picture either on my Insta or Facebook. And thank you. Have a wonderful day. See you later. I hope you're all well. Stay safe out there. And I'm very grateful that you're my friends. Take care, guys. See ya. I will sign this, but it's just not ready. Alright, take care. Bye. Oh, sure, why not? I'll come on the camera. Ba-ba-bum. Will it flip? There it will. Alright. Hey, thank you. Take care. Again, here's the painting. It's a 8x10 of Nora Kibbe. Take care, guys. See you. Bye. Dun, dun, dun. Love and miss you, Nora.